Quick and dirty little box review here for the World of Borrel mini box here. I'm not going to give like a full-on box review because like I don't fucking know if these decks are going to be good. I'll tell you what I think of the cards, and that's basically all this is going to be. Borrel Dragon, 3+ effect monsters, sort of a bit much bigger investment than Firewall. Rather than making it with a Link 3 and any one guy, you're making it a Link with a Link 2 usually, and 2 guys. So you can't go from Unicorn into this, but you can go from something like Phoenix or Cerberus into this, or just like Code Talker. Uh, this is a very strong card. People are sort of worrying about what outs Borrelode, and obviously the trinity of Limit 3 traps, Crackdown, Compulse, IDP all out this, but worry not. You too can have an out for Borrelode Dragon if you cannot pull from selection boxes, and also you can have an out for Borrelode Dragon that you don't even need to draw. That's right, you can play an out to Borrelode Dragon in your extra deck. Of course, I'm talking about Borrelode Dragon. It's an excellent out to itself. It does not target when it goes to steal a monster from the opponent. So you just crash your Borrelode into their Borrelode, and now you have you've outed their Borrelode. And I don't think many people are going to play more than one. So if you're worried about outing Borrelode, here's your answer for it. Whoops! Get the fuck out of here, ads. No, thank you. Madolche Xyz, very exciting shit. I actually spent 250 gems on the shitty Dimension of Wizards box, and I pulled my third Madolche, so I might just have to go all in for at least one of the Xyzes. Ideally you'd be playing 2 Tiramisu, 2 of the glass, but I can make do with one, I'm sure. Once per turn, not a quick effect, so it's not something you're going to make going first. You can detach an Xyz material from this card, target up to 2 Madolche cards in your graveyard, shuffle those cards into the deck. Also, after that, shuffle cards your opponent controls into the deck up to the number of Madolche cards returned. This card also outs Borrelode. Very funny that they're waiting for the Borrelode set to give us a boss monster that outs Borrelode. Very strong card. I am super excited. I hope that this deck is playable, because I wasn't able to play it in TCG because a bunch of cards are randomly expensive, and I'm not able to play it in Master Duel because every single Xyz monster is UR, and I think a lot of their main deck playmakers are too. So this will be my first experience with it. Fuse Line, this is just horrifying. Why is this an ultra rare? I think they're doing this. I think it's intentional. I don't think Konami's a stupid company, but the reason this is a UR is to, like, not have to put too many good fucking cards in at high rarity so they can bait people into continuing to pull for the actual good cards. I am very happy that it's not another Madolche card at ultra rare, but at the same time, ultra rares don't really matter in mini boxes because you have one of all the holos. This just is Raigeki Break with much less versatility and no discard. Cyberse Magician, this card is not good, but Cyberse Witch might be a tool that sort of lets it sort of just force its way into playability, not competitive viability, but playability. You can ritual summon this with Signet Ritual. Any damage you take is halved. You cannot have the same damage twice this way. Well, you control a link monster. Monster your opponent controls cannot target monsters you control for attacks, except this one. Also, your opponent cannot target monsters you control for with card effects, except this one. If this card battles a link monster, it gains 1,000 attack during that damage calculation only. If this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand. Bad card. It relies on your opponent to do anything worthwhile, and also needs additional setup. Though it is entirely possible that Cyberse Witch makes this, playable, I don't think so. We've got Cracking Dragon. This card might as well have no effect. Cannot be destroyed by a battle with a monster with an equal or lower level. Well, that's why it was the Episode 1 antagonist monster, so it can show off Link's kicking its ass. When you put normal special summon exactly one monster, no other monster, if someone of this monster is on the field, you can make that monster lose attack equal to its level times 200. Wow, that's crazy. This card is miserable. Rocket Tracer, this card's crazy good. Quick effect, target a face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do special summon one rocket monster from your deck except Rocket Tracer. Also, you can not special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except dark monsters. You can only use the effect of Rocket Tracer once per turn. Mandatory 3 of in Rocket. Smunk, FTK enabler. Very funny that we had the token FTK with Psychic Blade and whatever that anime/video game card was, and now we have this FTK enabler. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but it does say special summon, so it is. I mean, I guess technically a 1.5 card rank 4. So awesome. Quick launch, please, please, please bring Sayer to the game. I really want emergency teleport for metal foes, please. We got Madolche Puddingcess Chocolat a la mode. All of my fucking balls, more like. You can also exceed some of this card by using a rank 4 or lower Madolche Xyz monster you control as the material. Transfer materials to this card. That's basically the entirety of what you'll be doing with this, because you are not putting two vanilla Puddingcess on the field. You'll be summoning Puddingcess from the deck with the Petting Cessor. You search off of Mageline, making it level 4, making a rank 4, making this on top of it. So that's how you're going to be doing it. That's why you probably want to be playing 2 of at least one of the other ones. So you can have one Queen Tiramisu to spin, rank up into this, and you have another Tiramisu for possible follow-up. You can target one Madolche card in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck. Well, this card has Madolche Puddingcess as a material. When a Madolche card in your graveyard is shuffled into the main deck, except in their damage tab, you can detach one material from this card, special summon one Madolche monster from your deck in attack position or in face-down defense position. So you can make Tiramisu #1, spin 2 cards, rank up into this, detach material, spin something into the deck, special summon another rank 4 from your deck, and make the second Queen Tiramisu. And that is 25 plus 22 and additional 2 spins, because this card is not once per turn. So you can have 4 total spins of your opponent's monsters and put 4,700 damage on the board. Very funny because it doesn't kill Cosmo through life point boost alpha, but I mean, this outs all of Cosmo's ships, so I don't think that's too big of a deal. Madolche Teacher Glass Souffle, if I would play any of these at 2, it would maybe be this one, just because this one has versatility going first. Quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, then target one Madolche monster on the field, and usually itself. This turn, that face-up monster is unaffected by monster effects except its own. If a Madolche card is sent to your graveyard while this card is on the field, except during the damage step, you can shuffle up to 2 cards from the graveyards into the deck. This hates on Galaxy, this hates on Salamangreat, this sort of hates on Mech Knight, if you want to shuffle back the target of secrets. A Vindred Savior, this card's pretty good. You can target one Vindred card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Kind of shitty that it doesn't let you target banished Vindred cards, because this card bleeds through its resources like nothing else, and more often than not, the link material you'll use for this would have been self-reanimated Vindreds that are now banished. I think that's a huge sort of fail on this card's part, but perhaps more interesting, during damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can send one zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. That opponent's monster loses attack equal to the level of the monster sent to the graveyard times 200 until the end of this turn. I guess this is Gozuki in the battle phase. That's easier to pull, but I don't see this turning anything on its head. If you're playing a zombie deck that has a free extra deck space, this is not a bad card to include, however. Will be good in Vindreds. Nephthys, 2 Nephthys monsters. How are you getting 2 Nephthys monsters? I have no idea. Probably not worth the investment given how all-in this deck is. You can only use the following effect of Nephthys the Sacred Preserver once per turn during your main phase. If this card is linked summoned, you can activate one of these effects. Add a level 8 Wing Beast monster from your deck to your hand. Then you can add one ritual spell from your graveyard to your hand. Destroy one Nephthys monster this card points to. Special summon one Nephthys monster with a different original name from your graveyard, but negate its effects. And then Cyber Switch to combo with Magikin. If a monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, you can banish a spell from your graveyard. So it needs, not only does it need to be link summoned, it needs you to have an additional extender in hand and a spell card in the graveyard. That's really rough. Add one Cyber's Ritual monster and one Synat Ritual specifically from your deck to your hand during your main phase. If this effect is activated this turn, you can target one level 4 or lower Cyber's monster in your graveyard, special summon it. That would make sense if you could do that first, so you could special summon a monster and then trigger its effect. That would have meant this card was like well designed, but this is a really bad card, but it might be good enough for Duel Links format. You can only use each effect once per turn. The rares, nothing really interesting, just more extenders for Rocket. Very surprised we have Boot Sector launch. I was not expecting that. We've got Fire Prison. This is Mystic Mine at home. Really wish this card wasn't in game. I don't think this card is good. It's a worse field spell for Rockets than Boot Sector. But I don't, given how easy it is to just play dog shit decks that don't have a win condition and just sort of win anyway in this game, because it's very hard for a lot of decks to continuously extend given how the quality of combos in Duel Links is so much, the ceiling of combos is so much lower in Duel Links, and the fact that you can't link summon Link 2s if your opponent puts a Link 3 on the field. I just don't want to ever have to play a game on ladder against this, and for that reason, I wish it was not in the game. But it probably won't do anything. Delindrous Dragon, this is Spheres at Home. This is a pretty okay card. Once per turn, during your opponent's end phase, you can target one attack position monster your opponent controls that did not declare an attack this turn. Destroy it, inflict damage equal to that monster's original attack. I don't know if this has had its text changed in Duel Links because it doesn't have it here, but that'd be pretty cool if it didn't. How often do you think someone on ladder will not read that effect and just walk into your Delindrous effect? That would be very funny. If a rock... God, I need to stop moving my damn mouse. If a rocket monster is special summoned to your field while this card's in your graveyard, except during your damage step, you can special summon this card, banish it when you leave the field. This would be a pretty decent link to link into Borrel Savage. Baba Barber, very funny card, very bad card. No idea what these cards do. Link Burst, target one link monster, you destroy them. Okay. Bad. And then we have fan favorite Mr. Volcano. He's got a volatile temper, so watch out for this guy. Overburst Dragon, 2 rocket monsters, target link monster you control. Special summon one rocket monster from your hand to your zone. This card points to the monster summoned by this effect cannot be used as link material. Also destroy it during the end phase. This will get some of your rocket effects off. Mini Borrel. If you control a Borrel link monster with this card in your graveyard, tribute 1 link to your lower monster, special summon this card. Link summon monster with the same link rating. I don't know if that's actually going to be worth it. And then we have Booster Dragon, which I think is also playable. You can target one other face up. Yep, this card is very good for rockets because it targets them, which triggers their pop effects, which will get you advantage. All in all, do I think this box is good? I don't know. I happen to have the Madolche cards already complete, so I'm thinking about going in it. I don't necessarily think rockets are worth it to invest in right now. You're not really going to lose anything if you hold off on it. I would say just hop in for a Borrel Dragon and then peace out when you pull it. Hopefully you get it sooner rather than later. If you're looking forward to rockets, I hope you have an easy time pulling for them and that you enjoy playing the deck. And for all the fellow Madolche pilots out there, good luck on pulling your boss monsters, and let's hope we can get a comfortable climb to King of Games with the deck. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'm going to be streaming 12 hours tomorrow. That is Friday, January 27th. Starting when? I don't fucking know. My sleep schedule's totally broken. So whenever I wake up, I'll be going live. I'll make the announcement on the community tab. I just wanted to make this sort of box review to sort of give my thoughts on the new box, as well as hopefully give people who like watching my videos the ability to check me out live, since I'm not going to be streaming for a short amount of time. I'll be live for 12 hours, folks. 12 hours. So hopefully we'll be able to hang out sometime tomorrow. I'll be doing some Duel Links, a little bit of Master Duel, some Pokemon Unite, just a ton of fun stuff. I'm going to be trying to hit King of Games with Metal Foes for the last time. And if we don't make it, we'll just switch to something like Gohees or Mech Knights and just chill out and get to COG that way. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck on your polls, and I will see you in the near future, I hope.